Hi everyone, this is Robin with Robin's Creative Cottage. If you saw the video before this one, you saw how I made this adorable milk carton box, and now I'm going to show you how we're going to decorate it. So we've got our box put together, and I'm going to put this aside and get to our pumpkin tag. Now I've got my pumpkin cut out. This is from Create a Critter. The pumpkin and then the leaves are also, they're both from Create a Critter. The pumpkin is cut at 2 1/4 inches tall, and the leaf is cut at 1.2 inches tall. This leaf is 1 inch tall. So I like to crinkle up my leaves. So I'll do that with all 3 leaves here. Okay, and then I also have a strip of cardstock, and this is 12 inches by 1 inch, and I've already taken my ink and inked around the edges. And then I have just a scrap piece of long paper that we're just going to cut thin strips from. I've inked a little bit on the back and then on the front side a little bit as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take the stamp that I'm using. This stamp says Plant Smiles, Grow Laughs, Harvest Love. And it's from my craft spot. It's from her Happy Fall stamp collection. And I'm going to go ahead and just ink up the stamp really good. And just stamp it on the lower half of my pumpkin. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and, with my leaves, I've got them wrinkled up. So I just rub just a little bit of ink on them, just to give them kind of an old, maybe a vintage look. Okay, and I did go around the edge of my pumpkin. I did. Okay, so we'll put that aside. Okay, I've got my pieces ready to go. I need to get my strips here cut. This is going to be the viney part of my pumpkin. So I'm just going to cut just some long strips from this paper. All the paper is from the same paper pack collection. Okay, so I've got my strips trimmed, and then I take just I have a skinny paintbrush, which is going to work for me, to wrap around. I'm just going to wind it around little bit by little bit, and it's just going to make a great spiral out of that. Take the other one, do the same thing. Just wind it up. Okay, let it loose, and then it comes off. Okay, so these I'm going to go ahead and put on my pumpkin. I'm going to take one of my leaves. I'll take this, and each of these are just going to be cut in half. Okay, so now that I have those, what I'm going to do, I'll set these aside just for a minute, and then I'm going to take my ribbon, a little bit of tail hanging off my hand, and then I'm just going to wrap it around once and one more time, and again leave a little bit of tail. Then what I'm going to do is just take it off of my hand and then put that together. I'll just take a piece of string and tie around that bow. I'm going to tie a knot. Okay, just trim that extra. Okay, then what I do is just pull it apart, pull those loops out from each other. Okay, I'm going to take some glue dots and put on this is going to go right on my pumpkin. Got my 2 loops there. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take a glue dot and I'm going to pick up the edge of one of these paper curls. Take another glue dot and put it here on my bow. Take the smaller leaf, glue dot, pick up a paper curl, a glue dot, and put it onto my pumpkin. Okay, so that's my tag. And that's going to go onto our little box. What I'm going to do with this last leaf is I'm going to go ahead and pick up another glue dot, pick up a paper curl. I think I'll go ahead and use both of these paper curls that I have left. One more glue dot, paper curl, and I think I'll just add a couple glue dots right on here. Okay, so what I've got, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on my box. This is just going to be a decoration up here at the top by my paper clip. Let me show you how I put this paper clip together. I've got this pattern paper, and what I did is I went ahead and took my ATG gun and just ran some strips along the back side of it. And I'm going to put my clothespin, my little mini clothespin, right up against the edge where I've got that tape. And then I'm just going to trim it. Get rid of any edges that are sticking over. It's okay if it's a little bit wider than your clothespin. Take the other side, put it down, and again just trim it close to the edge, and then trim any little edges that hang over. That's a little bit wide there. Okay, so back to my ink. I'm going to take my ink and just ink it up, and I like to ink up the clothespin too, just to give it a little bit more of a vintage look. Close up the top of our box, just like that. All decorated cute. The next thing we're going to do to decorate the box is I'm going to take my belly band that I cut, and I'm going to put a glue dot on it so it's going to hold it in place for me. And I'm just going to start wherever you want the back of the box to be. I'm just going to push it down where I've got that glue dot, and then just rotate it around. Okay, and then I did add a piece of the tacky tape right here, so let me take the plastic backing off and fold it over just like that. And now we're ready to add our tag onto our belly band that we just did. Take a couple of glue dots here, put on my pumpkin, and now I'm just going to attach that to my belly band. Now if you need to trim your ribbon, this is a good time to trim the ribbon. Okay, now this little box is ready for any of the treats that you need to make for it. All ready for treats. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Have a great day, everyone.